Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wrestling's Real, the unfiltered and uncensored video podcast in which we talk about the best and worst shows in the history of professional wrestling. I am Andy, flanked by my brother Kyle.
Hello, welcome. It's WrestleMania season, so
It's motherfucking Mania season!
why not watch one of the greatest Manias ever?
As always, we got our brother from another mother, Mario.
Steve Austin, Ric Flair, Dave Batista, and Plo Koon. All champions in their own right. And today we're talking about champions.
Oh, don't get me started.
The
on
showcase.
WrestleMania season is upon us, baby. The showcase is tremendous. It's going to be a good time.
The showcase of immortals.
Showcase of immortals.
It's Mania season, boys. I'm having a good fucking time. Wrestling fans, this is the holiday. And to me,
It's like Christmas.
it is, dude. It's
Or
like
the Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl for us.
Yeah.
it's the World Series. It's fucking everything rolled into one. To me, WrestleMania isn't just a show. It's a celebration of this medium that we all love so much. What does Mania mean to you, bro?
Putting me on the spot here. It's what we said earlier. It's the Super Bowl. It's Christmas. It's kind of the storybook ending of these stories that have been building up. So
It's like the season finale.
Yeah, season finale, I guess. It's weird because there's no break period in wrestling, so having a season opener or season finale is very debatable, but in this way, I see it as a season finale.
Mario, what does Mania mean to you, brother?
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback off that idea, yeah, it's like, you know, what are wrestlers to us but like comic book characters? And this WrestleMania is kind of like the big event at the end.
It's
of
Endgame, baby.
Endgame. It's Secret Wars. It's it's all that, man. It's like huge. And then afterwards, you know, we have like Backlash and stuff. But after that kind of settles down, it kind of like there's a small lull there.
It picks
but
up.
then-
It picks up again at like SummerSlam time.
and then we're back at it, and there's more
Turns into
shit.
Captain America 3.
Yeah, so it's so much fun. So I love this time of the year. Again, seeing some stories being finished. You know, that's been the hashtag this year is finish the story, and everyone has stories to tell. But of course, we got the big one with Cody and Roman. We got a tag match night one with Seth teaming up with Cody against The Rock, the People's Champion. Who thought we'd see that again? And of course, Roman, no TV showing ass, finally showing up for a match. I can't wait for it. It's going to be an exciting two nights, and I can't wait to share it with you guys.
If you told me 2 years ago that Cody and Seth Rollins were going to face The Rock and Roman Reigns one day, I would say, what are you smoking? And can I have some? Mario, Kyle, and myself, we all chose one Mania to cover on the channel, and we gave you guys the power to choose. With a resounding 42% of the vote, Mario's pick is the victor.
God damn it.
What was Mario's pick? WrestleMania 17. The most revered event in the show's history. I know you talked about watching the show, Mario. Why did you choose WrestleMania 17?
It was my first one I remember seeing. I told a story in episode 1 that was like, you know, a huge deal because, you know, it's like I got to see my two favorite superstars go at it. I always had that Rock and Stone Cold love. I love them both equally. And I think I mentioned before on the show, I loved Steve a little more after this Mania. So I'm like, holy shit, he's so awesome. He's evil. I love it. I like the bad guys.
You were a little smark.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah. So this was a very special show in my heart. So I was like, I'll toss my hat in the ring here, and hopefully people will dig it. And clearly people dug it. I think when people think of WrestleMania, this is probably one of the ones they always think about. It's either that
absolutely.
or WrestleMania 3 with Andre and Hulk. But this is peak WrestleMania for me as of right now. Although 40 could be peak WrestleMania.
It's looking like
It's looking like it.
but we'll see.
It's the first Mania we're covering on the channel, and I'm so happy it's this one. Because as fun as it is to make fun of bad shows, it's so fucking fun to go back and watch the good ones. And 17 is, in my opinion, the best one. So let's waste no time, boys. What do you say we start the show?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Cut to the beautiful WrestleMania intro. Yes! This guy. This guy needs a Hall of Fame ring. The guy with the trumpet? The first guy you see?
He looks like, what's that? John Esposito?
Yeah, no, he looks like the Far Cry 6 villain. Yeah, no, he looks just like that. Let's stop always making fun of people. Let's accept this intro and accept the message that, I know I gotta hail some hay, but you know what? Fuck it, I gotta watch Ultimate Warrior.
I gotta watch WrestleMania 6 on my 12-inch Magnavox.
Or I gotta watch the Hardys fucking kill it.
Fuck yeah, brother.
I will say,
Steal
though,
the show.
this is how I saw it the first time, where we had, like, a small TV like that with the antennas. And it was, like, me and, like, my uncle and my dad sitting around eating Burger King and watching.
Beautiful.
But today...
Bro, we should have got Burger King.
Here's the thing, though. Today, I happened to... My wife sent me out to go pick up a rug she got from somebody. But to go pick it up, and on the way home, I was like, I gotta go watch this Mania. And so... without thinking about it, I went to BK and I got like 2 Whopper Juniors and the large fry. And I sat on my computer and put this on Peacock and started watching it. And I started watching the intro and I started getting the like memories of seeing it for the first time, eating BK with my uncle and my dad in front of the TV. I'm like, holy shit. And I kind of welled up a little bit. I was like, shit, this is like meant to be. I didn't even know what I was doing.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
And so it's so
That's
cool.
beautiful, brother.
And seeing this the Jericho match we're gonna go into in a second, it has brought back all the memories. I think this is the Mania I've seen the most.
April 1st, 2001, Snickers Cruncher presents WrestleMania 17, live from the Houston Astrodome.
God damn.
Nearly 68,000 people in attendance, a whopping 970,000 pay-per-view buys.
Wow.
Like, if AEW does, like, 200,000 pay-per-view buys, that's a great success. 970,000.
That's huge.
Goddamn, business was good. And the WWF was on top of the wrestling world. A week before the show, the rotting corpse that was WCW was purchased by WWF.
That's right. That just happened.
It just happened the prior Monday. So imagine, before WrestleMania 40... Hunter just goes, oh, by the way, I now own AEW. Watch Mania Sunday. Like, holy shit.
We get Tony Khan versus Triple H and a no-holds-barred match while Stephanie is sedated.
Do you think
Rhea Ripley wheeling her down?
Do you think, I mean, besides all that happening, do you think something like that could happen in the future?
I just booked it for you. But, no, like, I don't know.
Like, down the line.
Anything's possible.
God, I hope not. It's a safe bet that would never happen.
But at this point, when the pay-per-view came out, the Monday Night Wars were over. And at this time, I thought it was awesome. But in hindsight, it was one of the worst things that ever happened in wrestling.
It didn't really work out. It had a huge build, and it was a huge deal.
Well, not just that, but just every industry needs competition.
Right.
For as bad as WCW was, like, towards the end, like, at least the audience had options. You know what I mean?
But they were in this phase where, like, that they weren't thinking that.
No, they weren't thinking about competition. So they had to make their own competition with dividing Raw and SmackDown and kind of competing head to head. But, like, it was like more fabricated competition. It wasn't actual, like, we're going to put you out of business competition. Like, you would expect the WCW news to overshadow the show, but it became secondary. That's how good they were at the time. Like, nobody was talking about WCW at the intro of the show. It was, look how many people we filled in this stadium.
We also, when we cut later to the WCW talent that is out there watching the show in like the whatever, the stands or whatever the fuck, you don't recognize any. I recognize most of them, but the casual audience who watch WCW know WCW wouldn't really recognize anybody up there.
Oh my God, is that Johnny Ace from All Japan New?
Oh my God, Andrew, is that Mark Jindrak?
What the fuck?
I was like, hey, Chavo. I like Chavo.
I love Chavo.
But other than that, I'm like, okay.
Everything about the show's opening is magic. I love the over-the-top video package showing people from all walks of life. The set is iconic. The atmosphere is electric. Limp Bizkit's My Way is playing through the Astrodome.
The perfect song.
We got JR and Paul Heyman on the call. Like, the pieces are in place.
Hall of Famer Paul Heyman.
Hall of Famer Paulie Dangerously.
Congratulations.
All the pieces are in place for an absolute banger. Mars, if you're watching, I know you're not, but if you are, bring back Snickers Cruncher. Okay? That was my shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I know people watching this are probably saying, Andy, just get Snickers Crisper. It's the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. And I'm tired of pretending like it is.
Okay.
Anyway, our opening contest is Chris Jericho versus William Regal for the IC title.
Here we go.
Two of the best workers at this time opening the show. We get a brief recap of the feud at hand. Regal was the on-screen authority figure, the commissioner. Jericho was in mid-card limbo at the time, so he would start random-ass feuds over the weirdest shit. I think.
Yeah, you know what? I'm on Regal's side on this one. Because the video packages, Chris Jericho is just causing antics and just pissing in his cup.
Yeah.
You don't need that, man.
The feud is basically over peeing in his cup.
Regal didn't need that.
He didn't. It's a bit nutty. Remember when Jericho and Kane had a rivalry because Jericho accidentally spilled coffee on Kane?
No, I don't remember.
They had like a months-long feud because Jericho was backstage at catering and he dumped coffee on Kane. Kane looked down and he's just like, "You burned me." I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I would be pissed too. Kane's in the right.
Something I just want to bring up really quick. You'll notice in the video package. Chris Jericho is dressed up as Doink.
Yeah, I remember watching that Raw one night when I was really sick in bed.
And he did that to play mind games with him.
Yeah.
Funny story. Shawn Michaels was backstage at this Raw, and Shawn was in a bad way. He was all pilled up and drunk and just a mess at the time. He goes up to Jericho when he's applying the Doink makeup, and he's just like, "Oh man, they're making you Doink." And Jericho's like, "No, it's for an angle." And 10 minutes later, Shawn goes back to him and he goes, "Can't believe they're making you Doink, man."
That's so funny.
And Jericho's just like, "It's for an angle. I'm not gonna be Doink the Clown."
That is funny.
Jericho's just raising hell, causing mischief for the commissioner.
Why is he doing that, Andrew? As a babyface, why is he doing that?
I don't know, because Steve Austin would raise hell and it was cool.
Well, that's different. Okay,
it's all about
taking
taking out the authority figure, and he's the commissioner at the time, so that was the whole thing. The whole topic of the Attitude Era was saying "fuck you" to your boss and take down the authority and
I think peeing in
there's no rules.
I think peeing in somebody's drink was a scrapped Vince Russo idea, so they're just like, "Oh fuck it."
It sounds like it.
Let's just give it to Jericho. And
I love how Regal's in that corner with the black tarp. It looks like my fucking bedroom.
No, he looks like
you need some Union Jack.
He looks like M. That's M's office right there.
It does look like M's office.
But he's in a fucking locker room corner.
It's a bathroom.
It's like which one is it? Octopussy would have no, I think it was you only have twice. The M has the submarine office.
Oh, I love that.
But this is gorilla office.
Oh wait, was it the submarine office? Is that when it's tilted?
Yeah, or is that
Dude,
is that
no,
a
I think
Roger
it's
Moore
Moonraker.
One? It might be Moonraker. Yeah, we'll find out later.
Look at it. We'll look into it.
We'll put it in post.
But yeah, he peed in Regal's cup. Bodily fluids belong in the toilet, not in a teacup.
Yeah, come on, Jericho.
Vince totally wrote this. Dirty.
Go do twist and twirls on your cruise. Stop pissing in Regal's cup.
Yeah, 20 years later, do twirls. The first match, it's the opening WrestleMania match, so a lot of eyes are on it. It's not too crazy. I was expecting these two to tear it up.
It's not too crazy. The match isn't too long, but Chris Jericho does some cool high-flying stuff. I love when Jericho uses his kicks, those heel kicks.
Oh, I love them.
I love that shit. And then also, looking back on it again, when I was a kid, I only went for cosmetic looks, and that's what was my favorite wrestler.
Jericho.
Whoever looked cool was my favorite. And I clearly didn't respect Regal, but looking back on it, dude, Regal is one of the greatest fucking wrestlers ever.
He is.
So it's so nice to see him.
And I love this character of Regal where he's such a snarky dick. 1 second he's he's a posh English gentleman. The next second he's a heel.
Dirty fucking. He's one of the most dirty wrestlers. I love it.
At one point in the match, Regal removes the turnbuckle. Now, this probably isn't funny to anybody outside of New England, but Tim White scolds Regal with his thick-ass Rhode Island accent.
Oh, really?
And I was laughing my ass off.
That's funny.
Hey, Come on, get away from there.
Get out of there.
Get out of there.
Get out of there.
We got some good brawling. We got some good submissions from both men. Jericho hits
reversals, counters into counters.
Yeah,
Very nice.
they're two amazing workers trying to go out there and, well, we all know they didn't steal the show.
But it was only a 7-minute match, and it got outshined by
everything else.
Everything else, no offense.
It was a textbook good match. Jericho hits his patented lion salt. 1, 2, 3.
And that's it.
I guess it's over. Jericho wins. It's
very surprised to see the lion salt be the is it the lion salt?
Yeah.
Lion salt be the finish.
Yeah, he just hits the lion salt and the match just kind of ends.
Whatever, cool. I like that.
They only had 7 minutes, so like they couldn't really showcase everything in their arsenal.
No.
But
it wasn't the worst match.
It wasn't. It wasn't the worst match.
Big pop for the finish.
It was a good match.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's up from here for Jericho. He would end up having an amazing 2001.
Oh, is that when he wins the Undisputed titles?
Beat Stone Cold and The Rock in one night.
Good. I was wondering when that took place. Just a little bit after this. Okay, cool.
Yeah, in like the fall. As for William Regal, after Mania, he would form his odd couple pairing with Tajiri.
Oh, fuck yeah. That was great.
Which is extremely underrated.
I love that.
I loved those
Tajiri is underrated.
He is. Overall, pretty good match.
Yeah. On to the next one.
A car pulls up to the arena with a license plate WCW1. It's Shane O'Mac.
Oh, fuck yeah.
In storyline, the new owner of WCW.
Hell yeah. I love Shane.
I love Shane, but like being the owner of WCW is not something to be proud of in 2001.
Yeah, well, they were trying to make it work. It's
like that episode of South Park where Randy buys Blockbuster
and
he thinks it's this huge deal. But
I got Buff Bagwell.
We then go to the A.P.A. office.
Bradshaw be hyping up the Astrodome.
Bradshaw cuts a rah-rah Texas babyface promo. He
really fires you up for the match.
He references a bunch of athletes. Me and my daddy used to come here and watch the Houston Astros chew tobacco. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. But
I have no idea what he's talking about, but I love it, and the crowd is getting excited. And, those Texans be going off. A part of me wants to, make fun of them, but
that's okay.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be toxic today.
Jackie's just vibing.
Oh, Jackie's looking fine with a stogie.
She's chilling.
She's looking fine as hell.
The right to censor come out, and this is the only part of the show where I fast forwarded because I can't bear to listen to this fucking theme song.
This is why this Mania is not a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's like a 9.9 because
I gotta hear this.
9.8. They played it twice.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a perfect alarm clock, but a terrible wrestling theme song.
Jim Johnson, what were you thinking?
I get it. You're trying to reform a pimp and a porn star, but
if they did it in a funny way.
Yeah.
If less of just boring heels that come out to alarm clock stuff.
Oh, God. I fucking hate that song. It's not a song. I hate the sounds.
It's not a song. Yeah, no.
I hate those sounds.
It's ear rape.
Pretty much. It was YouTube poop before YouTube poop.
Yeah.
A.P.A. and Tazz make their way out to the ring.
I was so excited to see Tazz.
Love Tazz.
Love him too, but I don't like this getup that he has.
No.
That's like standard Tazz.
No, the singlet. That's standard Tazz. This is like working on your car Tazz.
This is the Tazz.
Looks like a mechanic.
This is the Tazz I remember, I think.
Me too.
Yeah, this is...
Again, well, I was I didn't watch fucking ECW.
I did.
I wasn't born when ECW was happening.
That's true. I like the singlet on Tazz because he looks more like
he looks more like a wrestler and less like a car mechanic. But
he looks like my cousin. That's why I like him so much.
Wearing this attire was Tazz's idea. He wanted to change it up, and Vince said to Tazz, "Why? You have such great legs."
Yeah. Too bad this match is 3 minutes long.
Oh, God. The Acolytes come out with Jackie. They just want to get this shit over with.
Yeah, let's go home here. Let's do the clothesline.
Go home. There's really nothing to talk about here. The match was sloppy and thrown together last minute.
Yeah, okay.
It was all I remember is, oh, shit, Bull Buchanan.
Bull Buchanan is honestly, I kind of like him just from the springboard thing he did. Yeah. That kind of just sold me.
His son is in NXT right now.
Good for him. Good for him. I hope he, becomes Universal Champion in the future.
The match concludes with the Godfather missing the Ho train and eating a clothesline from hell.
Fat clothesline.
A fat clothesline by Bradshaw.
Every time Bradshaw does that clothesline, it's I love it.
A.P.A. and Tazz win. Listen, they all got paychecks, so technically everyone wins. Right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
They're living.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Just going out to that crowd, man.
I gotta say, what a great visual that dome is.
Yeah,
that's a treat. That alone is a treat.
Yeah, I feel like we're still watching the pre-show at this point.
Yeah.
Backstage, Trish is wheeling a comatose Linda McMahon.
She just read the 68-page document. So she's in a trance right now.
Stephanie catches up with them and shows off her new threads. A nice little number with Daddy's Girl bedazzled on the back.
Yeah, that's really fucking just
creepy.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting looking at looking back on it. All like now, it's like
in hindsight,
I can't form the words together.
It's gross. It's really gross. But I will say, Linda McMahon is one of the worst promos of all time. But
she's a great actor.
She is so good here.
She deserves an Oscar.
She's amazing when she's in a coma. She's so good.
I gotta say though, one last thing.
Oh yeah.
How is it possible Trish Stratus was a 10 back here? Now she's an 11. How is that possible?
Yeah, dude, she looks so
weird. How do you get better looking?
She looks so goddamn fine. She is so fine.
So goddamn fine.
Oh, man.
We have a 3-way hardcore match as Raven defends his hardcore championship against Kane and the Big Slow.
Which is his fifth appearance on the show?
Yeah, dude, he's beating Rick.
Yeah, he's beating
Mr. Consistent.
He's beating Ric Flair for the most appearances on this show. Raven comes out with a shopping cart full of goodies.
That's how you know it's a hardcore match, baby.
Oh man, I miss that gimmick so much. Just like all the weapons at your disposal. Kane comes out looking like a fucking monster.
He looks so awesome.
Peak physical condition.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking jacked to the brim.
Like, imagine going to pick up your date and this motherfucker's at the front door.
Oh yeah, just awesome pyro.
But funny enough, I love I believe JR saying it on commentary. This young man could be the future. And weird to think of Kane as a young man, but
yeah, he said that.
He says they say, if you play it right here, he's going. This
That's
young
crazy.
man could be. He is the future.
He totally did say that.
So it's like it's cool to see. Like this is like early. Okay, when did Kane debut?
97.
97. So yeah, he's still a young
2001.
man.
This was
3 years in. Yeah.
Young man Kane.
That's crazy.
Paul Heyman says, not a lot of things scare me, but this man does.
Yeah.
And JR, with the gorilla, oh, come on. Oh, please. I think they fucked up here because Raven immediately went after Kane before the Big Show made his entrance. And
yeah, what was...
Like, they start having a match, and then the Big Show comes out.
You think Raven fucked up?
I think he just went after Kane. He forgot it was a trios match.
No, he couldn't have forgotten.
I don't know.
He couldn't have forgotten he was wrestling the Big Show as well.
I don't know. He's very forgettable.
Well, okay, come on now.
There's a lot of brawling and hardcore shit.
This is a fun-ass match.
This is so much fun. Kane throws Raven immediately on Big Show, and then he flies off the top rope with the flying clothesline. For a man his size, he shouldn't be able to do that.
Oh, yeah, Kane, the flying clothesline, seeing that is so, it's like a spectacle.
It really is.
That man fly.
And seeing the camera flashes, too, it's so fucking cool. The boys take the fight backstage, and it's just chaos at this point. They're walking and brawling and breaking shit. It's so fucking entertaining.
I love the makeshift room they have.
They built sets for this match.
They it's a roofless room. So they're gonna fucking tussle in there.
There's this really funny part in the match where Big Show puts a padlock on the door to keep Kane out. So he puts the padlock on the chain link, and then Kane just shows up and immediately rips it open.
Well, Big Show fucked up. Kane is known for ripping doors.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Look at his triceps.
Look at that man. That's not gonna stop the big red machine.
But like Kyle said, these makeshift sets are just so funny. It's just
It's funny, but it's
filled
also
with
awesome.
plunder.
It's just so awesome too. Like when they
why is there a garden hose in the Astrodome?
yeah, that's a good question.
Kane throws Raven through a glass window. Cry me a river.
Glass window is really good. Like that, I love that spot. Just going through the door, going through the walls. It's so dope. It's so dope.
They did a great job, like not
Having
just
the
building the sets.
destructible-
It's like a true kaiju match. I love
It is. It's like a kaiju fight. They're going through buildings and shit.
That's what I have written down here, Mario. Really? I wrote down Raven gets on a golf cart to evade the kaijus.
And Raven also almost dies.
He almost kills Power to the show.
He almost kills Power to the show, but like it also like looks like that opening right there where he like crashes in the corner. That does not look safe.
It looks like the top of an overpass.
Yeah, it does.
That black wire that's hanging
That
on
black wire?
that
Okay.
black wire that's hanging there. He was millimeters away from killing Power to the feed.
Dude, what? Why didn't he just fucking turn?
So the idea, Raven had an interview. They were supposed to have like a chase where Big Show was
Yeah,
on the
it
golf
looked
cart.
like it.
Yeah,
I see those fucking AVGN boxes.
They were gonna do a chase, and Kane was gonna chase him on a golf cart. It was supposed to be cool, but he lost balance and he fucking crashed into the thing. And you see him trying to pull it out, and he's just like, "Oh, fuck it."
Fuck it. Yeah, yeah. And Kane gets on a car. It's like Mario Kart or Crush Hour.
It's Crush Hour.
It's like Crush Hour.
It's like Wacky Racers.
and then he runs over fucking Raven's
He
leg.
runs over it, and that looked awful.
That looked
that
thank God
looked painful as
yeah,
shit.
thank God he stopped, bro. Last minute.
I just love how the ref like jumped into.
Yeah, Jimmy Corderas, yeah, I believe.
That's like
Just jumps on the back.
It's like in Fortnite when you fucking like hire an NPC to help come with you.
It's like that. I was also thinking Double Dash.
No,
He's like taunting in the back.
Jimmy Corderas passes him a blue shell.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Raven gets tossed on a catering table, and JR goes, "There goes the Snapple." And Paul Heyman can't be topped. He goes, "Oh, that's my favorite one too." Like they're so good together. And
believe
I
it
did
might
not
be
pick up
nutmeg.
on the commentary.
they remind me of Monsoon and Heenan.
Oh, definitely. Paul Heyman has that personality. He has that Heenan personality.
One part of this backstage segment that really confused me. Remember when I said a garden hose was random as fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Kane throws Big Show onto a plate of lettuce for some reason.
It just randomly there.
A random plate of just lettuce.
Okay. Cool. Did that do damage, Kane?
No, but it was a great visual because it went flying everywhere.
Yeah.
The men fight through the steps and make their way up the gorilla position. And then they inevitably go up on the stage where the match concludes. Big Show gets Raven up and is ready to
Basically,
basically
complete chaos. Man,
he's
this
ready
whole
to
match.
kill Raven.
Yeah.
But Kane's just like, "You motherfuckers are going with me." And then he shoves Big Show and Raven off the stage.
And then Kane's like, all right, bet.
This is my WrestleMania moment. Diving leg drop or elbow drop. I don't even.
He just fucking senton. That's it.
He didn't
Just
give
jumped
a
on him.
shit. He did not give a fuck. Kane covers the Big Show for the win. Kane is the new hardcore champion.
Congratulations, Kane.
This,
You know
You're
what the
going
finish
places, young
reminded
kid.
me of? Rest in peace. Bray Wyatt's final match, which unfortunately was the Mountain Dew Dark match.
Oh my
oh
god.
yeah.
But
Oh my God.
The finish reminded me of this.
Or Uncle Howdy jumped off the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, remember Uncle Howdy?
I remember Uncle Howdy.
Oh, he's
Dude,
like,
I don't remember that match. I was probably extremely like
yeah,
faded.
we're in Florida. We saw we were like
Watching that match.
we were shitting on it when we watched, but I rewatched it recently. It's there's some cool shit
Is
there.
it good? I don't even remember.
I think there's some cool
The Wrestling
shit there.
Observer voted it the worst match of the year.
I don't agree with that.
And I don't agree with that either. I mean, A, it's disrespectful because Bray's dead.
That was his final
and
match.
B, it wasn't that bad. It was a spectacle. I think the match that was way worse than that one is Jeff Jarrett versus Jeff Hardy on Dynamite.
Oh god.
They had that Chainsaw Massacre match. Remember
right.
that?
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not watch that.
That was the worst thing.
Why would I ever watch that?
That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. But this match was so fucking fun.
Part of me wants to say it should have opened up the show, but most of the matches backstage, so
Yeah.
maybe not. But great match regardless. Let's go, Kane. Good shit. Love tank top Kane.
Backstage, we go to Kurt Angle watching footage of himself tapping out to Chris Benoit.
That's right, baby. Kurt Angle doing anything to me is just the greatest thing ever. Him just watching like his like That's all he's thinking about is him, like, losing.
He's determined.
Yeah, I love that shit, man.
Edge and Christian try to cheer him up, but Kurt's not having it.
What were you going to say, Mario? I'm sorry, dude. Wasn't Mario going to say something?
I'm sorry.
Was I? I don't remember.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bro.
I got distracted by Christian's glasses.
Oh, yeah. The Patriarch's glasses are tremendous.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you mention, this is what I wanted to come back when Edge came to AEW. I wanted this. Like, have them be a goofy tag team one last time. Because they're so funny
we might
together.
get that.
Maybe.
They're so funny
Never say
together.
never, baby.
Like, I love them when they were on Steve Austin's podcast, just fucking with Steve the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Steve was popping.
Oh, yeah, they love that.
That was great.
I heard you could play my theme song on a kazoo. They had a little cowboy hat on, a little guitar. I love it.
God.
Great episode.
It's so funny because this is so relatable. We all have goofball friends who just show up and try to make you feel better.
Yeah, this is literally me, you, and Kyle right now.
Oh, buddy. Our next contest is Test versus Eddie Guerrero for the European Championship.
Guerrero
stole my number.
Test was super good. Like I'm not even like trying to like be ironic. Like he looked great. He was solid in the ring. He had a lot of potential. And unfortunately, as we're recording this, we lost Test 15 years ago today.
Wow.
So
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Test. Eddie made everyone he worked with look like $1 million. He was selling his ass off in this match.
Eddie's fucking great.
Some of the height he gets on some of those moves, it's insane.
I wrote down Paul Heyman be hella racist. I forgot what he said.
Oh, what did he say?
He was probably shit-talking Eddie.
Oh, of course. Because that was like the cool thing to do in like the 2000s. Like,
deport Eddie, all that shit.
Man.
Like,
it's like he was born in El Paso. Like,
yeah, like let's calm down here.
Stop. The thing about this match that separates it from the Regal Jericho match is that it has a cool dynamic. It's the classic big guy, little guy match. But like Test, he's not a slouch, man. He is like, actually like putting in a lot of work and like he was good.
He has an amazing big boot.
Amazing big boot. And speaking of, he goes for a big boot. He gets caught up in the ropes.
Yeah.
And that was real.
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
Perry Saturn tries to save it.
That looks awful.
Perry Saturn tries to save it by like punching him down so he can fall through, but like Eddie,
that must suck, man.
Eddie has to help him like get out of there.
Yeah.
It's really fucking sad, especially at like the biggest show of the year. Some of the offense from Eddie is just so good. He was so ahead of his time, and like he was noticeably bigger than he was when he debuted, and it's sad to look back at, but hey, man, he put his life on the line for wrestling. Perry Saturn gets involved. I know it's a loud Astrodome, but like, how can the ref not hear like the bump?
Dude, that's just like, that's wrestling.
Like that ring is mic'd. That's loud as shit.
That goes for every fucking ref being distracted or them being knocked out for 20 minutes.
Oh God. Spoilers for later in the show.
Yeah.
But Undertaker and Triple H, the ref is dead for 15 minutes. Finish of the match, Dean Malenko comes in for the distraction, and Eddie grabs the European title. Wallops Test
there you
with
go.
it. 1, 2, 3. Eddie Guerrero is the new European champion.
And still makes Test look good.
Still makes Test look good because, like, he
beautiful.
He lost by shitty tactics. It wasn't clean. A decent big man, little man match. The constant interference was unnecessary, but it got the job done. Pretty good match.
Pretty good.
At this point of the show, I was thinking to myself, like, is this really the best Mania of all time? Like, up until that point, like, it was just okay. Up until, like, the Eddie match. Like, it was just fine. Like, it wasn't crazy.
This is where it kind of takes a turn.
And as soon as I thought about that, it was time for our next contest. Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle.
Yes, sir.
The two best technical wrestlers in the world at this time.
They go at it, man. This wrestling match is amazing.
This match wasn't for titles or contenderships. It was about bragging rights.
Fucking right.
It was about pride, as Paul Heyman said. Who is the best technician? And Kurt truly believes he is the best, and he is pissed making his way out to the ring. No fanfare, no celebration, no hot dogging. Kurt's focused.
And he just has to shit on everyone in the Astrodome first.
Oh, yeah. He's like full, like, heel now. Like, when we watched No Way Out 2000, he was like the oblivious babyface. In his mind, he's a babyface.
Yeah.
But like
now he's all in.
He is a dickhead. He takes to the mic and says that he's not a very big fan of the state of Texas. He's not a big fan of the state of Texas.
They're losing 49 other stars.
I
Your flag.
saw your little flag, people. It's missing about 49 other stars.
And lose the cowboy hats. You're not 7 years old anymore. Please.
And Paul Heyman turns to JR and goes, yeah!
He's right.
Man, seeing them together though, they look like Taven and Dagon. Like they look like brothers. You know what I mean?
Even in Dagon.
One is evil.
Holy
Evil.
shit. I was not expecting a fucking MK Armageddon
My
reference.
favorite Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
They have an epic Mania-worthy stare down, and they go right for it.
Oh, it's a fucking wrestling match.
Dude, like the first portion of the match, the first gear is like an amateur wrestling contest. It's mat-based as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
They grapple, go for submissions and takedowns.
Very
and
technical, countering each other. Just the whole match is countering.
It's insane. It's like me and Kyle playing 2K with each other.
Just Y. They're spamming Y back and forth.
Constant reversals.
Yeah.
Constant grappling.
It's like it gives
insane.
me like, but for real though, this whole match kind of like is the closest feeling to like a New Japan. Like, I don't know, dude. It feels like I was watching like a New Japan or like Ring of Honor match or something.
They were so ahead of their time.
It's amazing to see.
Benoit's a monster, but you can't take away his talent in the ring.
Oh, I think you're calling him like a monster as like a wrestler.
No,
you're a literal monster.
He's a literal monster.
Yes.
But in the ring, goddamn, dude, there was nobody like him. And add Kurt in there, that's a recipe for some fucking magic.
Yeah.
After each sequence, the crowd shows their appreciation. I love that.
No,
That's probably
definitely.
why you got the New Japan.
Yeah,
like,
there's
feeling.
like an applause after each like sequence, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah, they would have like this chain wrestling sequence, and then they would stop, stare at each other, and the crowd would just go, yeah. It reminds me of the New Japan style. Benoit keeps going for the crossface, but Angle will not let him. There's so much urgency and explosiveness from both men. Like, this is, I think, Angle's first time in a stadium.
Really?
I mean, yeah, because he...
Oh, okay, yeah, you mentioned that before.
They never had an event in a stadium
Yeah.
for years at this point. So Kurt's focused, Benoit's focused. They want to really, prove something.
Tearing up the joint.
Oh, they're absolutely tearing it up. Everything's so smooth. Kurt's a wizard in the ring.
Kurt takes over for a little bit, too.
Yeah. There's a lot of submission trade-offs.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Kurt, like, gets the better of him, and he gets frustrated by all of the reversals and shit, so he takes him out to the outside and throws him into the steps. He brings some sports entertainment into it.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to mention there's a particular sequence in this match where like Kurt Angle goes for like an ankle lock and it's countered by Chris, and then Chris goes for the ankle lock, and then Chris goes for the crossface, and then that's countered by Kurt Angle and he does the crossface. So
yeah,
I really like that.
I have that written down.
So it matches like this, it has its gears.
It's a big fight feel. Kurt gets shoved into referee Jack Doan, who has glass bones and paper skin because he's down for a while.
He goes for the crossface and Kurt Angle taps.
That's right.
But ref is out, so
Kurt taps, but hey, that goes back to when he was watching the video. He's like, if I tap out and the ref's not around, did I really tap out? It's like if the tree falls in the forest, does anybody hear?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. But like
It's true though.
Kurt's tapping, but Jack Doan is still down. He's selling it like he got concussed, like he just got shoved.
Refs are very sensitive.
They really are.
Kurt Angle goes for the angle slam, and Benoit kicks out.
That's right.
Shit.
He kicks out, and Heyman goes off on commentary. He's like, nobody's ever kicked out of the angle slam. And I thought about it. I'm like, fuck, he's right.
Well, that's why you got to pull it out at Mania, man.
Finish of the match. Benoit goes for an armbar takeover, but then Kurt counters with the pin and pulls the tights. He didn't have to, but he's Kurt Angle, baby. 1, 2, 3. Kurt Angle wins at 14 minutes, 10 seconds.
That's right, baby.
A tremendous technical bout. Did you happen to like this match, Mario?
Yeah, I think it's dope. I mean, anytime Kurt is performing, it's awesome. Like, I just remember, like, he was always a highlight, for years. I hated him as a kid because he was like, heel. And I was like very sensitive to that. And so I loved when Steve Austin beat the shit out of him. But as an adult, you kind of appreciate him in a different way. It's like, fuck, man, he's a tremendous performer and wrestler. So I always love seeing a match with him. And of course, Benoit, we talked about before, tremendous wrestler. You know, obviously get past the negative stuff, but he was still one of the greatest of all time.
And it rightfully bothers people, and it takes people out of any Chris Benoit match.
It's hard.
You're always going to be thinking about it,
It's
but
hard.
I thankfully can kind of put that to the side and respect the wrestling match.
It was
respect the work.
Respect the work for sure. And this actually was the start of their feud, because the WrestleMania.
That's right. I remember Paul Heyman saying that. Like, this feud is far from over.
This feud is far from over. The next month at Backlash 2001, they would tear it up.
Really?
They had an ultimate submission match.
I gotta watch that.
It was Shit. It was a 30-minute Iron Man match, but it was only submissions.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fucking great match.
That's dope.
Watch it. I highly recommend it.
Kamala is dancing on Regal's table.
Oh, fuck.
Tremendous.
A wild Kamala appears on Regal's desk, and he's just staring at a photo of Queen Elizabeth. It's really bizarre.
Yeah, he is fascinated by that.
We go to a newly fired from AEW, Kevin Kelly, as he interviews Kurt Angle. As Kurt gloats about his victory, Benoit attacks him from behind and hits him with a crossface, refusing to let go.
Good.
Like I said, this feud is far from over. It's time for Ivory versus Chyna for the WWF Women's Championship. These sick bastards made me listen to Right to Censor's theme song twice. Come on!
Damn.
0 out of 10 show.
Yeah, it's like a 6 right now.
She looks like Colonel Sanders here, but
doesn't matter.
She's beautiful.
Doesn't matter. She's a beautiful woman.
She is beautiful. Now, I loved Chyna as well. I loved Chyna.
I think Chyna looks like a fucking goddess here.
Oh, I love Chyna.
Wonder Woman.
Chyna was an absolute megastar. But they shot themselves in the foot with her. Like, she wrestled men exclusively for years. And then seemingly out of nowhere, she starts a feud with Ivory challenging for the women's title. Like, she's a former Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
The women's title seems...
She kind of just toppled over everyone else.
Yeah. Like, the women's title seems like a downgrade.
That's what the match reflects. It's just a squash match.
It's a squash.
Hate to burst the hype, but this is just a squash match.
It's just a squash. Ivory knows it's going to be a squash because she hugs and kisses the title goodbye.
Yeah.
It's very sad. I really don't have anything to say. Like, Ivory gets a lick of offense, and Chyna completely no-sells, and then just fucks her up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really a good match.
Not a good match at all.
I don't think Chyna is known for her in-ring, just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. She wasn't like, she wasn't like fucking Kawada, but she was, she was okay. She was competent.
She was just more of a spectacle.
Kind of like the Ultimate Warrior in a way.
Ooh, that's kind of harsh. But you're right. You're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
But it's also like...
They have the same finish.
Okay. You know what? You got me there.
This was a squash. I really don't have anything to say, but it was a WrestleMania moment. It was a WrestleMania moment for sure.
Okay, yeah.
Mario, do you have any recollection of this match, or do you have anything?
You love this match, right, Mario? I'm pretty sure you said this was your favorite match on the...
Yeah, I think so.
On the car drive here.
This is your favorite match on the card?
He said it. I heard him.
Only because during it, I got the relief of taking a piss during it.
There you go.
And when I came back, I was like, oh, finished. It's over. The great P match. But I mean, but shout out to Chyna. Like again, like Andy said.
Shout out to Chyna.
It's like she wasn't. I can't name 3 5-star matches with Chyna.
I can't name one.
I
can't name one.
But still a very memorable superstar.
You know what kind of grinds my gears in a way, and I hear this a lot online where people are absolutely like offended that people compare like Rhea Ripley to Chyna. People are like,
really?
People are like, oh, you don't deserve. You're nowhere close to that legend. I see that on like top comments, and I'm looking and I'm reading. I'm like, you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that 5 minutes? Because legit, bro, Rhea Ripley is not only a spectacle. She's a fucking great in-ring wrestler.
She transcends every woman in the Attitude Era put together.
Oh, yeah. They're like, for me, it's kind of not a contest.
Yeah.
I think Chyna is a legend, and I'm not going to take anything away from her.
Yeah.
She is a legend.
For sure.
But goddamn.
We go backstage with Vince now. Vince asks if Linda's medication was upped in dosage. I'm pretty sure that's illegal without a physician's consent, but after all...
This is Vince McMahon.
It's Vince. Legality has never seemed to bother him. To quote my beloved brother, he is full Dr. Doom evil here.
Yes, sir. He's Victor Von Doom evil.
He's an animal.
He dosed Linda, made her read the 68-page document. And like no, but for real, like after all this news and shit, like
watching this is so hard now.
Watching it's hard, but it's also like
we told you so.
We know we know where Vince got his ideas from.
For sure.
From his own fucking Latveria brain.
Oh my god.
Like, dude, he is like his ideas are insane.
Absolutely
like,
insane.
Let's have a storyline where I pill my wife.
Oh god.
Which he probably did in real life.
He probably did. We don't know.
So,
art imitates life.
He's just doing these stories because he knows this shit from experience.
We get a classic video package. Not saying the content's classic. I'm just saying it's. The Attitude Era is known for its video package.
Yeah.
This is a classic Vince package.
Yeah, just like over the top.
Listen, if we can subside the shit that Chris Benoit did and watch this, I think we can kind of do the same for Vince. As we're watching Vince make out with Trish.
It's equally as hard as the Benoit stuff.
Yeah, it is.
The video package explains the feud and the events leading up to it. I'm not going to go into the gory details, but in a nutshell, Vince is a horny, manipulative pervert who sent his wife into a nervous breakdown after he threatened her with divorce and flaunted his affair with his mistress, Trish Stratus. Shane was rightfully upset by this. He stole WCW right under his father's nose, and now it's war. As disgusting as this storyline is, never mind, I can't defend it. It's really fucked up.
You know what I'm going to say?
What?
Listen, as a heel, it works.
Yes.
This whole thing works. Because
if you look
Vince
at it through the lens of sports entertainment.
Vince is trying his best to get the most heat in the world, and he does. And this match really pays off to see Vince just absolutely crushed at the end. Even though the real person is out there causing all this mayhem, we get to see the character defeated. And that makes me feel good.
Shane makes his way out to the ring and introduces his brigade of WCW jobbers. They're up in the skybox, you know, all the classics. John Stasiak.
And I want to see if Mario can recognize any of them.
Mario. Okay, hold on a second. Let me pull it up.
Recognize any of those superstars?
Do you know who any of these people are?
Is that Stacey Keebler?
Oh, there you go.
Stacey Keebler.
That's Stacey Keebler.
And that's about it.
That's all I could. That's all I could really.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, this is the WCW mid card in 2001. Fabulous.
No Hulk Hogan, no Goldberg, no Sting, no.
Let's get to actual star power. Shane also introduces the special guest ref Mick Foley.
Hell yeah.
Woo.
Always love seeing Mick Foley. Doesn't matter what role he's playing in. Does not matter. He could just go out there, take a dump in the ring, and leave.
And it'd be 10 stars.
Everybody loves seeing Mick. Does not matter.
Love Mick. And he's genuinely one of the nicest guys in wrestling.
Mm.
He's the best. He dresses up as Santa for fun and goes to sick kids.
He seems like a very sweet person.
Just for fun. He has a kind soul. And I love seeing Mick. Anytime I have the opportunity to see Mick Foley in action, whether it's refereeing or having a match, it's always a blast. I love Mick so much. Vince makes his way out to the ring, accompanied by Daddy's girl Stephanie.
Oh boy,
wearing her bedazzled Daddy's girl
I wonder
thing.
if Vince was bricked up throughout this whole entrance right here.
Oh come on, cat!
What?
Is that a euphemism for a boner?
Yes.
Oh come on, that's his daughter.
He's bricked up.
The bell rings and Shane starts beating the fuck out of his dad. Neither of these men are trained wrestlers.
Well, Vince starts off slapping the fuck out. I think he gives Shane a shiner because Shane is fucking swelled up right after this.
Ooh.
But then Shane takes over and beats the fuck out of Vince.
I love it.
Well deserved.
Definitely well deserved. Like I said, neither of these men are trained wrestlers, but they don't have to be. This is... Our friend James refers to pro wrestling as physical acting.
Shout out to James.
Shout out to James.
Yes.
Now, normally, I would disagree. But when it comes to this match, he's spot on.
Yes. Yeah.
This is prime sports entertainment.
Yeah, this is all that what this is.
Lots of weapons and silliness. Stephanie McMahon's just totally hamming it up. Shane's beating the fuck out of Vince, and Stephanie's just like, no,
it's hell entertaining.
Shane's offense is so funny. He does that like boxing like rope-a-dope thing, and every time I see Shane do that, I think of that video you showed me of the guy in the bear suit.
Oh yeah, doing the shimmy. That's one of my favorite videos ever.
That's Shane McMahon in that suit. Shane goes for an elbow drop on the announce table, but Stephanie pulls Daddy off.
Oh, that was great.
Pulls Daddy off last second.
Flashing cameras too.
Dude, he exploded through that table. Safe, but not safe.
Mick
That looks like
probably
it
got some PTSD.
Oh,
Had to go check on Shane, make sure he's alive.
Poor Mick. After Shane goes through the table, Trish is wheeling Linda out there.
Dude, kudos to Linda for like just not cracking a smile.
No, dude, she plays this part to a T. She is 50 milligrams deep right now.
50? Looks like 2 million.
She had a star of death.
She had three star death.
Yeah.
You okay, honey? We want to open a window or something?
Want a water?
I want you to lay down. You'll be all right.
Trish goes to console Vince, but what did the five fingers say to the face?
Slap.
Trish slaps the teeth out of his mouth. I'll never get over a nice Norbit reference. Big pop. Trish has had enough of Vince's bullshit.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Her and Stephanie go at it like a good old-fashioned Attitude Era cat fight.
Cat fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's classic. I fucking love it. And just like all the chaos going on and Linda just sitting there.
Linda doing Orange Cassidy before Orange Cassidy.
Mick Foley tries to bring some order to the bout, but then gets bitch slapped by Stephanie.
Oh, goddamn. Did not need to do that.
It's absolute pandemonium, as Gorilla Monsoon would say.
Yeah, I that's why I really like this match. It's just complete chaos, and that's what's great about this Mania. Each match kind of has its own flavor to it.
It's so fucking good. Vince is on the outside staring daggers at Linda.
This is so fucking evil.
Vince
staring daggers.
And Kevin Dunn zooms into Vince's face, and Vince utters, "You bitch." As Vince walks over to Linda, Mick stops him in his track. I'm not gonna let you do that, Vince. I'm not gonna let you. I'm
not gonna let you do that.
Wagging the finger in his face, and Mick, like we said, is a saint, and he tries to, push her to safety. But then Vince grabs a steel chair and wallops the shit out of Mick Foley, the man who he basically forced to retire because he had too many head injuries, and now he's whacking him in the head with the steel chair. Logic.
That's Dr. Doom for you.
And Linda not even flinching.
No, Linda is like...
She deserves an Emmy.
An Oscar.
I'm not even being funny. She deserves some sort of Warrior Award.
She's not really there.
Yeah, Warrior Award, I would say.
She's not there. She's like, remember Kitty Pryde did the fucking thing in Wolverine and fucking Days of Future Past, and she's in the fucking past right now. She's not even really there.
She's not there.
That's just her body. She's like... She's in 1977 right
Linda's trying to go back in time and prevent her marriage to Vince.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Vince forcefully takes Linda into the ring, seats her down,
puts her in the corner.
Makes her beat her son senseless.
You think Linda is extremely embarrassed over here?
Yeah,
to be a part of this.
Oh yeah, definitely. She never wanted this. She never wanted wrestling.
No, she was like some fucking politician, right?
She went into politics and she lost twice.
Rightfully so.
Poor Linda.
Fuck Linda.
And it's because of WWE. They're like, look who your husband is. We're not electing you, crazy, you crazy ass bitch. As Vince's back is turned, Linda rises, and so do 68,000 people.
Oh man, it was so exciting.
It is the biggest pop of the show so far, and that's insane. It just goes to show.
But you got to mention the perfect, just you know how we say wrestling is like cinema? This is cinema where
it is.
Vince is about to fucking kill Shane with the trash can. And then that's when Linda rises and you mentioned the crowd. The crowd rises. It's beautiful. It's great.
Linda delivers a big kick to the nuts.
Right on the family jewels.
Right in the grapefruits. Mick Foley comes back to the ring and just fucking wails on Vince.
Love it. I love Mick Foley punches.
Then he hits him with that
the knee. Let's go, Foley.
God, it's so
fucking
good.
Love Mick.
Fucks him up. The grand finale. Shane gets his dad in the corner with the trash can. For my fellow 2K players out there, that's the northwest corner. He hits.
You got it. Look at that. You figured it out, bro.
He hits the patented coast to coast, and holy fuck, it's so good.
It's so awesome. Again, looking it through the eyes as like this guy is not a wrestler either.
No,
he does not need to do this.
he's not even an athlete. I don't think.
No.
1, 2, 3. The prodigal son is victorious.
Yeah.
I loved this match.
Yeah, me too, man. I really liked it.
It's so.
WCW guys are
It's so
elated.
sport. Yeah, WCW guys are just like, wow, I've never seen a match that good in like 2 years.
Johnny Ace is probably upset.
Johnny Ace, he's got something cooking.
He's got something cooking with Vince later, probably.
Him and Vince have
he's
some
fine.
shit up their sleeve.
He's fine.
But goddamn, boys, what a fucking match!
And guess what? It just gets better from here. This card, like you see this match and you're like, oh yeah, this is the match of the night so far. Oh no, it just gets fucking better each time.
It gets way better, boys.
It gets way better, especially after this match, right?
Yeah, because next up is TLC 2.
That's one of the greatest matches I've ever fucking seen.
And we'll get to
and
that
I've seen it 10 times.
And we'll get to that next time.